Salute to all you stars in the constellation throughout the entire Omniverse. It's the man OMNIETC, Omni, etc. Back at it again with another video, this time talking about my new favorite game, Mecha Break. Oh man, they just did an update, they switched out the UI, it looks absolutely amazing. They gave us 2 new Strykers, they are absolutely amazing. I like them actually better than I like the last 2 Strykers, and I was a Stellaris main when Stellaris first came out. But let's talk about Hell and Alphard. We're gonna start with Alphard. Now, Alphard is cool. It's not my favorite out of the 2. But it has its place in the Mecha Break universe. It's a run and gun, akin to how Falcon works. It has missiles, it does a lot of strafing. It's able to get in, get out, do a lot of damage, and really go after the softer targets with ease. The soft targets, like Falcon, like Sky Raider, and Aquila, as well as Panther, let's say, as well as a Stellaris or a Narukami, if you could catch either one of those 2 when they're not in stealth. They really go down rather quickly to Alphard's arsenal. So Alphard, what he does is he has the assault attack mode, which is the linchpin of his build. In that mode, he essentially has the same movement as you would with a melee weapon doing the attack boost, but he can better maneuver, better control it. Very great. You can unleash the full arsenal. What I like to do is I like to do an initial strafing run with the missiles, and then I quickly hit a 180 and proceed to finish off whatever target I'm targeting. Now his micro missiles, his light missiles, you don't necessarily need to lock on with those missiles. So if there are any targets in that direction, they will automatically lock onto those targets that you're facing. So you don't actually have to lock onto a specific target, nor should you expect the particular target that you lock onto to be the only target that gets hit by those missiles. They pretty much do what they want to do with what's in front of them. So if you find what they're really good for is if you find a lone straggler by itself away from the group, then all of those missiles are going to hit that one target. Outside of that, they're going to hit anything that is in that general direction. But they definitely have a mind of their own, and they definitely lock on with precision to whatever is in the vicinity of that direction. All right. So he's pretty much a bomber runner. When he gets into his assault mode, he can go one direction rather quickly, hit a target very fast before they know what's going on, hit a 180, go back towards that target and finish them off before they even know what hit him. In that mode, when he does, just like Falcon and Sky Raider for that matter, when he's in that mode, he can dodge and drop lock on when he dodges left or right. Very great for getting out of sticky situations. Now his 3 only activates while he's in his assault form, and his assault form allows him to shoot out it's like a Leesney's railgun, but at the same time it has an after effect of Sky Raider's missiles that have the bubble that jams FCS, as well as produces the bubble that blocks all energy attacks. So it's very effective. It's very anti-Aquila, anti-Inferno, anti-Sky Raider. All right. Now, for my favorite of the 2, the Angler King, Hell. I'm very impressed with Hell. If you've ever seen Code Geass, Zero's nightmare that he ends up using for the later half of Code Geass, that does all the crazy beam angles and whatnot. That's essentially what Hell is. He has the ability to transform into one of the enemies, making it so that you cannot target him. You perceive him to be a teammate, as well as he has a total of 3, I count them, 3 stun bomb traps that are invisible to the naked eye. You won't be able to detect them. So if you in the immediate vicinity of Hell, you don't try to approach him with a melee weapon. It'll be a bad idea. You can drop 1 bomb, and then you can drop the other 2 in succession. If they time it right, you'll be stun locked for a full 6 to 10 seconds. So it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to approach Hell in a melee fashion or a close range fashion. That said, his long range game is just as deadly because his pylon placement, he can place them near or far. If he places them far, he's able to shoot what's essentially a blue version of Inferno's beam, but he can angle it and snipe people with it from ridiculous distances. On top of that, if he has some close range, it's basically a chain lightning effect, and you will be struck by lightning from every pylon that's in the vicinity of Hell. So my personal setup is I place a trap down where I want to entrench at. I place 2 pylons by my side, and then I place 1 out to wherever I think the enemy is going to be, or where the enemy is fighting my team the most. And then I go ahead and I start sniping people with the Inferno beam. And then should anyone be unlucky enough to try me in melee or close range, they will be stunned. Then I'll proceed to stun lock them and fry them with the additional 2 pylons that I put down. I think I've been able to have as many as 4 on the field at any given time. And that is all to just roast whoever is nearby. Because if you have multiple pylons, multiple targets, it does additional damage. It's like you're shooting through your main target. The electricity is going to the pylons and rerouting back onto that target. A lot of damage, a lot of destruction, a lot of devastation, and I'm absolutely in love with this mech for that reason. Like I said, there are a lot of changes to Mecha Break, a lot of updates. We have new rewards, new missions. You actually get mods and things via the new reward system from doing Verge, from doing the PvP. There's a lot new incentive to play PvP in not only Moshmock but also Verge. I'm looking for a reason to play Ace Arena right now. You don't have as much incentive to play Ace Arena, and they really need to flesh that out. But right now, the game is in a much better state than it was in at launch. I highly recommend anybody who wants to jump into Mecha Break, listen, now is the time. The marketplace, I've actually had items selling easier, which I knew was going to be the case because the player economy has to get built up. I knew that was going to be the case early on. When you come into a new game, it was the same way with Warframe. When Warframe first started, the trade system was very finicky. When they introduced the trade system, it was very finicky. You still have to go to the dojos, but dojos weren't even a thing when Warframe launched. When Warframe was, essentially in beta, because I'm a beta player of Warframe. So those things will get fleshed out over time, and they'll be as we know them to be today. Same thing with Mecha Break. It was a bold move to start off with the auction house, but those items will move as time progresses. The things that go into obscurity will become inherently more valuable because you won't actually have a method to farm them, and so the only place to get them will be the auction house, right? Talking about the cosmetics like the Panther Lances. There's a bunch of Panther Lances up there because a lot of people had the same exact idea that I did. I'm going to hold my Panther Lance until like season 5 or 4 or 5. And we'll see what comes of the game then. But yeah, man, Mecha Break is in a great state. new UI for selecting mechs, a lot of new missions, a lot of new achievements, a lot of new things, a lot of new goodies for you to be able to get, a lot of new rewards for you to get. Not just, you know, they did the one-time reward things for last season, but they've really revamped the whole battle pass. So not only do you get things from the battle pass, even if only when you do sign up for the Matrix contract, which I signed up for mine again, but you also still receive some benefits should you choose not to sign up. So really, I think they've addressed a lot of player concerns. There's still more to be addressed, but yeah, it's a great game thus far, and I am excited to play it. Anyway, peace, love, health, wealth to you all. See y'all in the next video. I gotta run. Later.